Hello folks, today we are here in Hankster's Hot Rods in Homer City, Pennsylvania, and today we are going to go over our newest addition to our inventory, a very beautiful car sitting right here beside me, a 1967 Plymouth GTX. Now our car here is obviously done in the copper metallic color. The paint all the way around on this car, nice, smooth and shiny, ultra glossy look to it here. It looks great. And as far as the drive line on the car, we'll just quickly go over that. And of course, we'll go into it a little more in depth. It is a date correct 440 cubic inch Mopar engine, 727 Torqueflite automatic transmission, and the 323 shore grip rear end, the 8 3/4 inch rear end. Obviously you can see our GTX here. It's got all the GTX striping here. It's got that dual scoop hood also. All of the GTX badging as well here. So you'll see the Belvedere GTX here on the front fenders. Of course, all the bright work, the bumpers, the wheel lip moldings here, as we can see, your rocker moldings, and all of the trim work around your windows, around all the glass, the mirrors and so forth. It all is in really good shape on this particular car. Your wheel lip moldings nice and straight. There's no dents or dings in any of those. The wheels and tires on this car, we've got a nice set of 15-inch. These are the Magnum 500 style wheel there. The chrome is in great shape on these. And the tires, a nice set of Cobra Radial GTs, 215/70 R15s on all four corners. The doors, the panel fitment, and the alignment on this car is in great condition here. You can see your gaps to the front and to the back of the door, very uniform on this car. You can see all of your body lines all match up. And then as we get to the back of the car and we look down the side, it's going to be ultra straight the whole way down. All your elevations are going to line up just about perfect on this particular car. Chrome door handles in great shape. Your mirror, the chrome on that's in great shape. The glass, again, in good condition. And that is a remote adjust mirror, so you can adjust it just from inside the driver's door. As far as our glass goes on this car, everything, the wing window, your actual door glass, and your quarter windows here are in great shape. There's no chips or cracks or scratches on any of this. Looks good. All of your trim work, like I said, looks good. The drip rail moldings, nice and straight, polished up really well. And I always feel through that rain gutter there too to make sure that's smooth, and it is on this car. Let's open our door up. We're going to take a look inside at this interior. Again, the interior is beautiful in this car too. It's got the white upholstery on the seats. Obviously, you see the black carpeting in there as well. You've got the black painted doors along with the white panels, the upholstered panels on the doors also. All of your armrest pads and so forth, those are all in great shape. There's no cracks or tears in those. Your dash, again, factory dash, factory instrumentation. It does, however, have 3 extra gauges installed. Those, of course, are going to be the usual 3: oil pressure, water temperature, and the voltmeter. You'll also notice right below there, you'll see a radio in there. Now, this is an aftermarket radio. It's probably one or the other, either a custom auto sound or a Retrosound radio, but it mounts, as you can see, right in the factory location using all of the factory holes. Again, we have that full-length center console in there with the automatic floor shifter. You've got the factory steering column and steering wheel, and as you can see also, it has all of the seat belts present for you as well. Other things that we look at while we're looking at the interior, we always check out all of our weather stripping and our seals up around the tops of the windows, our quarter window seal, our door jamb U seals, and of course all of our seals around the door. And again, all of this nice and soft, no rips or tears anywhere. This thing is going to seal up very good from the outside elements. We shut the door, it closes nice, good, solid thud there. No rattles or anything like that. Again, we're gonna look at our wheel lip moldings here in great shape. As we come back here, we see it does have the flip top fuel door here also. Then we come around to the back of the vehicle. Again, your bumpers here, that bright work, again, in great shape. No pitting whatsoever, polished up really nice, no scratches or anything on that bumper. As we look below, we can see those tailpipe extensions there, a nice chrome tip on this car. As far as the trunk goes, obviously, you can see it's got those GTX stripes that continue from the front of the vehicle all the way to the back. You can see the fitment of the trunk also. Really nice fitment here. You can see your gaps on the sides as well as to the front here, all in great shape. Again, all of your trim work here, your moldings, all fixed here as they should be on the window, all anchored down properly, and your window back here for your rear glass. Again, nice piece here, no cracks, scratches, or chips whatsoever. As we look more at the back here, we're going to look at our taillight lenses. Those are in great shape too. No cracks or chips or anything there. The bezels around those are all in good shape. Of course, you've got your trunk cladding here on the back side. That all looks to be in good shape here too. And again, you've got your backup lights here, the lenses and so forth. Those are all in great condition. We'll go ahead and open up our trunk next, and we'll show you the condition of the underside of the trunk as well as the trunk floor. So with the trunk up, we can see the underside of that trunk lid painted the same copper metallic as the exterior of the car. All looks very nice inside. You also have your decal over here for your jack instructions and so forth. All of your weather stripping, again, looks to be fairly new. It meets right together here in the center. No rips or tears or chunks out of there. Your water channels or your rain gutters back here, those are all good and solid, and that's going to help divert any water that you may come across. That's going to divert it right out the back of the vehicle here. As far as the interior of the trunk, you can see a real nice trunk mat in here. The actual trunk floor itself, the same color as the car, as you can see there. And again, this is all in really good shape. There's no patching, no holes. All of the necessary drain plugs are where they should be. Just an overall very nice car inside and out. So we'll go ahead and close this up. Okay, shuts nice and easy. Of course, you've got the GTX badging on the trunk lid as well. Again, down the passenger side, same thing here. Super straight down the whole side of the car. And again, these GTXs are a long car, so you can really look down the side, especially with the nice glossy, shiny paint here, and just see how straight the car is. Sail panels, same thing. The roof, all of this, nice, smooth, and straight all the way around. Again, we've already talked about wheels and tires. We'll get over here to the door now, and we'll check out the gaps to the back and to the front of the door. Again, very uniform. Glass on this side, same thing. No chips, cracks, or scratches on the glass. All of your trim work and moldings, all in great shape. No dents or dings. Again, that rain gutter, nice and smooth all the way through. Door handle, no pitting there either. Again, really nice condition. We'll open up and let you look at it from the passenger side next. Again, this just gives you an overview of the whole entire car. So now you get to see the interior from the passenger side. The upholstery, no rips or tears there. It's in really good shape. That dash is in great condition. You'll notice the GTX badging there on your glove box door. Like I said, the full-length center console with the auto shifter. And since you've been in both sides, you can see that the lights on that center console work on both sides. Dome light works also. Again, just everything, the carpeting, no rips, tears, or fading there. And again, all of your weather stripping, seals, and so forth around the doors. Even the little rubber bump stops, those are all present and all in really good condition. Again, that door shuts nice and solid. Again, no rattles whatsoever. You've got your fender mounted antenna here on the front. Matching Belvedere GTX emblem there. You do have the Chrysler Pentastar emblem down there on the back side of the fender there, just on the passenger side, and that's all it should be too. They never ever put one on both sides. It was only the one side. Now we come around to the front. So again, the GTXs, I love the looks on these cars. You've got the headlights, both your low beam and high beam, all sealed beam units here, glass lenses, no chips or cracks or scratches in any of those. The grille work itself is in great shape. Nice chrome front bumper there also. If we look up a little bit here, you'll see it does have the hood emblem, the hood ornament, which has 440 right in it. Of course, you've got Plymouth spelled out here across there. All of your trim work along the leading edge of the hood is all in great shape. As we now look at the hood from the front, you can see it's got the bright work here on the front edge of those hood scoops. The hood itself, the gaps and elevations all the way around in great shape. The windshield, no chips, cracks, or scratches. Nice set of windshield wiper arms, as well as the blades in case you do get caught out in the elements. Let's go ahead now, open up our hood, and that way we can go ahead and kind of discuss a little more in depth the whole driveline on the car here. So obviously with the hood open, the hood latch does in fact work. The hood springs all work as they should. Underside of the hood done in that same copper metallic as the rest of the car. And of course with all the Mopars, they are done the same color in the interior of the engine bay as what they are on the exterior. So copper metallic on the inner fenders, on that cowl, just as it should be. As far as the engine goes, as I said, as I started the video off with, it is a date correct motor. We cannot say its numbers match only because they did not do that until later on. I believe it was in '68 they started to do that with numbers matching. But this is in fact date correct. We've checked casting numbers. It is date coded right on the side of the block. So everything all, matches out fine there. As far as it is 440 cubic inch, you can see the 440 Super Commando air cleaner cover there. That's in nice condition. As far as what you have underneath that air cleaner though, that is a little bit different from stock. It does in fact have the Holley Sniper electronic fuel injection system on it, and it works fantastic on the car. It does have the cast intake though, so it kind of remains stock appearing there. Nice set of Mopar performance finned aluminum valve covers there, obviously done there in the black with the machine work done on them. Looks really good. It's got the breathers and the valve covers there as well. Nice set of long tube headers, full dual exhaust on this, Flowmaster mufflers, complete with those tailpipes that we showed you just a little while ago. Another thing that makes this car really nice, this unit right here, it has aftermarket air conditioning. So you can take this out cruising on the hottest of months in the summertime and still be comfortable in it. You're gonna have nice ice cold air there blowing back at you to keep you comfortable. Also has a nice aluminum radiator in it here. That's gonna help cool that 440 Mopar engine down very nicely. Got the shroud here, and it does have the clutch fan there as well. As far as the brakes and steering, we'll go more in depth with this when we get the car on the lift, but it is a power brake car. It is discs up front, drums on the rear, and we do have power steering on the car as well, so it's going to steer and stop just as good as it possibly can here. As you can see, all your hoses and lines and stuff are all done up very nice and neat here. Everything's all plumbed with nice fittings and everything. As far as the ignition system, your distributors and coil are kind of going to be along the lines of a stock style coil and distributor, but it has been upgraded with a nice set of Mopar 8mm plug wires. That's just going to help deliver that spark and help ignite that fuel that you're getting from that electronic fuel injection system there for you. Now, behind this engine, as I mentioned, we do have the 727 Torqueflite automatic transmission, so you don't have to worry about shifting. I mean, again, the transmission is going to shift very nicely for you on its own. All you got to do is worry about getting in a nice car like this and going cruising somewhere that you enjoy. The 323 gear that's in that rear end, the shore grip rear end, that's going to put the power down, just as good as anything there. The gearing is going to be great for cruising also. Now, as far as anything else goes on the car, we always mention about, you know, additional accessories and so forth. This car here really couldn't ask for much more to be added to it. I mean, it's got the power brakes, the power steering, it's got the air conditioning. But if there was something that you were interested in having done to it, you can always hit us up by phone call, email, or text. Let us know what that is. We'll be glad to go to work for you and get you a quote on parts and labor to get it installed for you. As far as pictures and videos of the car, not sure where you might be watching this video from, but you can always go to our website, www.hanksters.com. You can always go there and see upwards of about 100 photos of each and every car, including this car, as well as a video that you're watching. And you're going to have all of the options and just all of the, you know, an itemized list of what all this car has right there on our website. Again, keep in mind with our retail price, which you'll find on our website as well, that's going to include shipping, and that's enclosed shipping to anywhere within the 48 contiguous states of the United States of America. It also includes our Hanksters 3-month, 3,000-mile powertrain warranty, which would cover internally lubricated parts, engine, transmission, and rear end for that 3-month, 3,000-mile time period once you purchase the car. With that said, that's pretty much it. We're going to go ahead and take a second to close this all up. We'll get it up on our lift. We're going to go through the complete underside with you and then fire this 440 Mopar engine up, let you hear what that motor, along with that dual exhaust with Flowmaster mufflers, all sound like. All right, so here we are now. We're underneath our 1967 Plymouth GTX, and we're going to go through it just like we do all of our other vehicles, show you exactly what we are seeing underneath here, go over things like the condition of the frame and the floors, you know, checking leaks and drips on oil pans, trans pans, seals and so forth, all the lines, and then again, just to kind of give you a brief overview on what it is that we are looking at here as far as the drive line, all of the running gear, the steering, the braking, all of that stuff. So starting here at the front, I'm looking up, I do see obviously, as we just got done talking about, we do have that aluminum radiator here, and the underside looks nice on that, no dents or dings, and again, there's no leaks that I'm seeing from underneath here. As far as your K member here, that front cradle that everything's bolted off of, that is nice and straight also. Even out here at your control arms, all your bushings and so forth all look good. Ball joints have all been checked out also on this vehicle to make sure that this is good roadworthy stuff and things have been greased and maintained as they should be. As far as the rest of the suspension, with the Mopars here, not all, but this one here does in fact have the sway bar. All of your bushings at your frame here, as well as your end links, those are in great condition. Of course, you've got the torsion or the sway bar or strut rod. Start over again there. Strut rod front suspension. So the struts, those are in good shape. All your mounting points and locations, all in great condition. It does in fact have the torsion bars too, and all of that has been checked out. All your bushings where it mounts through the frame and so forth, those are all in good condition on this car. Even when I look up at the shocks here, it's got a nice set of shocks on it, and front and back both. They have the shock boots on them. That's going to help protect that shock shaft there from any dirt and debris getting on that and keep those nice for you. As far as the steering goes, this is in fact a power steering car. We check things like the drag length, the pitman arm, tie rods and tie rod ends all the way around on this vehicle, and all of that looks to be in really good condition here. Ball joints on the tie rods, those all look to be in great shape. And as far as the braking system on this car, it is power brakes as well, and the brakes, you've got disc up front, which is just going to be just your normal stuff that you can buy at any auto parts store, so nothing real flashy here as far as the brakes go, just good, you know, OE style stuff here. here. And as far as wheels and tires, it's got a nice set of the Mopar, or the Magnum 500 style wheel. The chrome finish on those, obviously from our walk around video, you can see those look great. And again, a nice set of Cobra Radial GT tires. I believe these were 215/70 15s. Let me make sure that's right. Yes, 215/70 15s. And again, the tread on those is in great shape. As far as the drive line, so again, we've already been through the drive line. We know that this is a date correct 440 cubic inch Mopar engine. I look at things underneath here now, like the seal, you know, the gasket around that pan, and there's no leaks or drips that I can see underneath here. The drain plug itself is nice and dry. As we come back to the transmission, this is your 727 Torqueflite automatic transmission. So again, all of our tranny lines coming back are nice and dry, and our pan gasket here nice and dry all the way around on that. We also come back and look at the transmission cross member, and again, that is good and straight all the way across, and the transmission mount itself at the tail shaft here is in good shape. We also take a look at the output shaft seal, where your drive shaft, where that yoke slips into, and that is nice and dry on this car also. As far as the exhaust, you can see that obviously hanging down here. We've got a nice set of long tube headers here, coming into a full dual exhaust here with dual Flowmaster mufflers, and that does end with a nice set of tailpipes, and we'll see those as we get to the rear of the vehicle here in just a minute. As far as the frame and the floors, the frame sections are in great condition on this car. No dents or dings anywhere on those. Nice and square, good and straight. As far as your floors go, well, you can see here, floors look to be in just about as great a shape as you could ask for. All of the correct style metal here, all of your stamping lines are all present. I don't see any signs of any patching or replacement panels. It looks like everything has been really, really well kept up on this car. As far as all of your brake lines and so forth, those are run nice and neat along the pinch weld of the car. Speaking of pinch welds, nice and straight down both sides, and those rockers are good and solid on both sides as well. As I mentioned before, it is drum brakes on the rear, complete with the emergency brake, all hooked up and functional too. So as we come back a little further now, rear suspension on the car, multi-leaf rear suspension. You've got your shocks back here. Like I said, it does have those shock boots on it. That's going to help keep those shocks in good shape. As far as the rear end itself, this is going to be your Mopar 8 3/4 inch rear end. I believe that is a 323 gear with the shore grip differential there. So good rear end for the car here. The drive shaft itself is balanced. It's weighted, so that's going to help eliminate a lot of driveline vibrations that you might come across. That's why they do that with those drive shafts. As far as the rest of the rear end goes, like I said, I've already mentioned the drum brakes. Same wheel and tire combination as the front. So you've got those Magnum 500 style wheels. You've got the Cobra Radial GTs and the 215/70 R15s. The third member assembly also on the rear end is nice and dry. Also, you can look up now and you can see this fuel tank here. This thing's in phenomenal condition. It looks new underneath here. So again, the fuel tank itself, no dents or dings. Your mounting hardware, your straps and so forth, all in good shape. Now we can see those tailpipes nicely run up over top of the rear end here, and then straight out the back of the car, right underneath that tail, the bumper. And then of course it's got a nice set of chrome tailpipes, and that's all welded up too on that on those tailpipes there. As far as the rest of the trunk floor, again, as we see here, there's no dents or dings anywhere, no patching that I can see of. Even out here, out by the quarter panels here, all of the correct metal, nice and straight, all the stamping lines are here, your fuel fill neck and so forth, that is all dry also on the underside of this car. Just a really nice overall vehicle from top to bottom on this car. Really nice, classy looking vehicle too. So with that said, we're all done with the underside now. We're going to go ahead and lower this, and then we'll go underneath the hood so we can fire that date correct 440 up, let you hear what that motor along with this dual Flowmaster exhaust all sounds like.